Hello, and welcome back to Holding the Harvest. I'm your host, Sarah Esposito, and this episode walks us through some silent struggles it takes to get to motherhood and the obstacles some of us face to get there. My guest today is someone I've known for a long time. We met in elementary school, playing on the playground, exchanging snacks, and thinking our biggest problems in life would be a spelling test. Then you blink, and suddenly you're both wives, mothers, running businesses, and even sending your kids to the same preschool. She is someone who has fought many battles to get to where she is today. We share memories of the same teachers, recess, and reading groups, but how would she have known the hardships she'd face? The diagnoses, the hormone battles, the waiting period, and the infertility. She's walked through thyroid struggles that shook her health, energy, and confidence. She faced the heartbreak of wondering if motherhood would ever happen for her. And somehow, in the middle of all of that, she built a business, not just any business either, a hair salon, and a place where women come to feel beautiful while she was fighting to feel well herself. This podcast is about the seasons we don't post about, the waiting before the harvest, the strength it takes to keep planting when you're exhausted. Today I have Marissa Martin here with me,
Hello.
a wife, mom, owner of a boho beauty bar in Hamilton, side hustler, and a dog mom. Marissa,
Hello.
welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. So, like Sarah said,
I know, I'm so
yeah,
excited.
I'm a mom of two and I own a business. So, life's busy. Life is busy,
Life is always
but I love
busy,
it.
especially when you have little kids
Yeah.
involved. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's never
Oh,
ending,
yeah.
it feels like.
It's the joy of it. It's the best, but it's exhausting. So,
Yeah, for sure. I know, it's funny too, because we went to elementary school together,
mhm.
and we weren't in the same class, but we knew
Oh
each
my
other,
gosh. Yeah.
and, our school was very
Yeah.
small. What do you think if our teachers could see us now? What do you think they would say? I'm sure some of them are listening because I have
Oh,
them
I
on
bet.
Facebook, so I know some of them hear
You
they've listened
know,
to it because some of them comment on my
I don't know.
stuff.
Like, I'm friends with some on Facebook and they love seeing like people still talk like from when we were little. I'm in a wedding with
Yeah.
someone that I'm close with since middle school, and I'm married to someone that I went to middle school with. So I think it's really cool. I think it's like a big like circle moment for them. I don't know. I think it's cool.
It is, especially because they're seeing us as parents now,
Yeah. Yeah. They're probably like,
and
where'd the time
they
go? Because
remember.
I feel like we were in middle
I
school just like
know.
2 days ago, but it was a long
I
time
know.
ago.
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy, and the fact that now we both have little
I
girls
know.
that are in the same school, they're in the
I
same
know. It's so
class.
fun. So
They're really
fun.
good
They
friends
are. They
too.
love each other.
They play well.
It's
They
fun.
do. I, they're so wise beyond their
Yes.
years, our
Oh, yeah.
girls,
They are.
too, I would say.
They are. They really
Yeah,
are. It like, they blow my mind every day. The things that they
I
say, the things
know.
that they do. I'm like, I was definitely not like that when I was their
I
age, but,
know.
like, in a good way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
a good way, for sure. Um, so kind of going into your journey as becoming a
Mhm.
mom, you faced a lot of health battles to get
Mhm.
there. So what would you say, starting with, I guess, because I know you have the
Yeah.
thyroid problem. Kind of walk us through what were your
Yeah.
symptoms of that?
So, when I was in high school, I was super active. I ran track, I danced, I was a very active person. I've always been very fit and in shape and all the things, and it was like my sophomore, junior year of school, I was running track and doing all the things, and I gained about 100 pounds in a year, and it wasn't just random. I knew something was up. I just felt awful, and, my mom said, "I think we should get your thyroid checked." And I said, "Okay." So doctors just like fought tooth and nail to give me the blood work slip for it because I was so young and it's really rare and yada yada.
Mm,
And I ended up finally getting the blood work. And if you're a thyroid girl, you know that like your TSH levels are supposed to be under 4. And mine were in the 50 range. So they were literally through the roof. And everyone was like,
yeah.
"Okay, well, that's definitely why you're not feeling great and why I, gained so much weight and everything." And it was just, it's hard to begin with, like being a girl and gaining weight in general. You know what I mean? Your body changing
Mhm.
and doing all the things, but especially when you're in high school, girls are mean, boys are mean. People are just,
Mhm.
it just sucked, But
Mhm.
I got through it and I still deal with it every day, but I have it a lot more under control now for sure.
Yeah, so my mom and my sister both have, I think it's underactive
Okay,
thyroid. Is that what
so
yours
yeah,
is?
so I have there's hypothyroidism and
Uh-huh.
hyperthyroidism. So I have hypothyroidism. So mine's underactive. So I'm prone to weight gain, fatigue. I always tell people because I have Hashimoto's along with it, which is the autoimmune disorder. I always tell people who don't understand like what it feels like to have an autoimmune disorder or have thyroid problems. Think of like how crappy you feel when you have the flu, just minus like the stuffiness and the coughing, just fatigued. Your body feels like it's a million pounds. You're exhausted. You could
Mhm.
sleep and still feel like you got no sleep, you know? So it stinks. It's
Mhm.
hard. It's so, so hard.
Yeah, did you have any hair loss with
I did,
yours?
yeah. I had so much hair loss.
Yeah.
I still have it sometimes, like when my thyroid's off, because my thyroid does go out of whack often. Unfortunately, mine's very hard to manage. It's more manageable than it
Mhm.
was when I was younger, but I just have like clumps of hair fall out, and I'm like, oh my lord, I feel like I'm balding. But yeah,
Yeah.
I get all the symptoms that Google will tell you, like people have with thyroid. I have them, so it stinks.
Yeah. I remember my mom and sister, they both have
Yeah,
it, and, I remember one of their first symptoms they said was their hair loss
yeah.
and really dry skin.
Yeah, my skin gets really
They
dry
got
in the
really dry
wintertime, which I
skin.
think is, like, normal. For me, it was the weight. It was the
Mhm.
weight gain.
The
Like
weight.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
so hard, and, like, you know me in person, and anybody that is around me all the time, like, I eat like a bird. Like, you would think, I'm eating
Yeah.
super unhealthy, and I'm doing all the things, and no, I gained so much weight in a year, and I was just like, "This is not normal. This is not normal," especially with how active I am,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and thyroid is such a it's like the smallest
Yes,
organ in your body, and
yes.
it affects the
I
biggest
literally
parts of your
say I
life.
always call it like a mini brain. It literally does more than my brain sometimes. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's
I
crazy
know.
what it can do. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know that I've seen pictures of it, and
Oh,
it's
it's
like
a
this
little it's
big,
literally like the size of a butterfly. It's like a butterfly gland in your neck, and it's just like controlling everything. We're like, okay, great.
right? So, you you and Nick
Mhm.
got together. You were together during high
No,
school,
right
right?
after high
Or
school.
after high school?
Literally
Right
right
after
after
high
high school.
school?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so when you guys got together, you realized this was the man that
Mhm.
you wanted to be with, you wanted to have children with
Mhm.
him, and I know you had a history of getting to that
Yeah,
point.
for
You
sure.
were in the waiting room for a while, and then I know you struggled with some losses, but do you think before you had kids, did you know your thyroid would affect the
Yeah.
way you had
Yeah,
children?
so it's my thyroid problems. I also have blood clotting disorders, so I knew that all of those things would play a factor into it. I was told from one of my endocrinologists I met with, "Hey, like there's a chance you may not have kids." And that was devastating to me. I just wanted to be a mom. Like if you asked me what I wanted to be when I
Mhm.
was little, it was always a mom. I've always wanted to be a mom. So I've always loved kids growing up. So that was devastating to hear. And obviously when you're a teenager, like you're like, "Okay, yeah," like, you kinda don't take it seriously, but then when you get to that point and you're talking about having kids and, when do we start trying and all that, and, you get pregnant and you get excited and then you have multiple losses back to back, it's just like, "Wow, this really might not happen." I can't even, like, explain what that feels like. It I can't even explain what it feels like, honestly.
It's
It
devastating.
is. It's
It's like,
so devastating, and it's definitely one of those things that, like, unless you go through it, you just don't know, you know? You just don't know.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it's traumatic.
mhm,
A miscarriage is very
mhm.
traumatic. I've experienced one. It was a little bit medical,
Yeah.
also, but regardless, it's like, okay, I remember with mine, I was like, okay, I already have a kid, which is,
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
but I wanted more, and I
Yeah.
was like, what if I never can have any
Mhm.
more? And, then you have the people that are going through just trying to have one,
Mhm.
and you're doing everything you can.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you had a couple of losses. When did your doctors finally realize what the root of the issue was, and how were you able to get a healthy
So
pregnancy?
after my second loss, I ended up calling a fertility clinic and I said, "Hey, mind you, I was 24 at this time, so I'm young. Like I'm still in
Yeah.
my prime years of having kids. And I said,
Mhm.
this is my second loss. We've been trying. And they said, come on in, we'll do blood work and yada, yada. So the biggest thing with fertility treatment is you go in, you get a ton of blood work, you get genetic testing, all the things. Because I always tell people, like, if you have a baby, if you get pregnant and have a baby and you have little to no medical intervention, everything's normal, I'm like, you have no idea how much of a miracle that is. Like, when you're actually in the world of
Mhm.
infertility and loss, it opens up your eyes to so many things. And just so many things can cause loss. So many things can cause infertility. It's crazy, to be honest. But I got a ton of blood work. And okay, so we did our first IUI, and it wasn't successful. And that's when we quickly found out that I had low progesterone. So I was it's something every woman's body produces, and it basically thickens your uterine wall lining. So a little baby can snuggle in there. And I wasn't producing pretty much any, like I said. So um, we realized that I needed progesterone. I also needed some medication to help me ovulate and to prevent me from ovulating too early. So, while my cycles are totally normal, my body just wasn't doing what it had to do. So once I had medical intervention, and we actually 2 days ago was like the anniversary or whatever, I guess you could say is like the best word for
Mhm.
it, of my IUI with my daughter. So that's like when I got pregnant. It was 4 years ago, 2 days ago. But
Okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I just had to have a lot of medical intervention, a lot of medications, unfortunately. And once we figured that out, we were pretty smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, so when you finally did get pregnant, which was obviously like a miracle,
Mhm.
you needed the injections daily
Yeah.
to hold the pregnancy,
Yeah.
right?
So I had to be on, yeah, so I had to be on 2 different injections. I had to be on, a progesterone injection. It's a PIO shot, so it's an intramuscular needle, and that's just progesterone in oil. And then, I also had to be on Lovenox, which is a blood thinner injection, so I have to take that twice a day. So every day for the first 20 weeks, I was on 3 injections a day. And then from 20 weeks to 6 weeks postpartum, I was on 2 injections a day, and the blood thinner injections for my blood clotting disorders that I have.
Yeah, so that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm not a needle person, so I couldn't even imagine having to do that to myself every day.
Yeah, it's
So
funny,
you're a
like,
trooper.
yeah, it's funny, like, now I'm more comfortable giving myself a shot myself. Like, I'd rather give
Yeah,
myself a
yeah.
shot than someone else give me one. It's, like, weird, but, when you look at the end result, it's like it's nothing, you know what I mean?
No.
For me, at least. I can't speak for other people, but yeah.
Well, you would do anything to have a
Oh, yeah.
child, so
Oh
it
my god,
was
yeah.
like that was without a doubt you were gonna make it work,
Yeah.
and if anyone has not seen your picture, it's the cutest thing of
Mhm.
her in her little newborn, bundled
Yes.
up, and, like, all the needles
All the
surrounding her.
needles, yeah.
It is the sweetest thing. It just shows, like, what a mom will go through
Oh,
to have a
yeah.
child.
Yeah, it's so true.
Um, Another question I had was, did Nick ever do the injections for you at first?
No.
No?
No, you know what? I trust him literally with my whole heart, my whole life. He's literally my soulmate. I love him so much. But
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think he was a little nervous. Like, he was scared he was
Yeah,
gonna hurt
yeah.
me. And I'm like, listen, like, you're shoving a needle in my butt cheek. Like, it's gonna be a little painful. Like,
Yeah.
so I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna do them. And he was always so supportive. He'd be sitting there with the ice bag and being like, you got this. And I'm like, that's all I need. Like, we're good. So he was so supportive in so many other ways. But no, he did not do any of my shots. And that's okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So back to the physical strain that caused and like the mental strain, would you say it was harder physically or mentally to do that every day and just like get to like, okay, I'm at this week, another milestone of this week? Like, what would you
Yeah.
say?
I think I'll be honest, and I think a lot of people who go through infertility might disagree with me on this. I think the physical aspect was harder for me mentally, or harder than mentally, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm a very, like, half glass full type girly. Like, I will find the good in anything. So for me, it
Hmm.
was just like I kept telling myself, "I'm pregnant today. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know about next week, but, like, I'm pregnant today." So, like, I just lived in each day, and
Hmm.
that's how I got through it. And that's not to say I didn't struggle mentally. Of course I did. But physically, I was just exhausted. I was so tired. And it's just a different kind of tired. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
And I gained a lot of weight while pregnant because of all the hormones I was on.
Yeah.
They just make you feel crappy. Progesterone makes you feel so, so crappy. And I had to take a lot of it to sustain both my pregnancies with my kids. So for me, definitely physically, I had to get iron infusions. My iron tanked from being on Lovenox. So I was in and out of the hospital, a doctor all the time with things. Mentally, my husband, like, he's amazing. Like I said, he was just like, you're amazing for doing this. Like, thank you so much.
Hmm.
Like, he
Yeah.
really kept me sane and got me through it mentally. So for me, physically, it was harder for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely empathize with that because I mean, I didn't have to do any of that. You're a trooper, and everyone that goes through
Yeah.
anything fertility treatment wise, like God bless you, because I
Yeah.
thought the first trimester for me was going to end my life every time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
It's
I can't even
exhausting.
imagine what all of you have to go through to just keep a pregnancy like
Yeah.
without. So, um, kudos to you, and you have two beautiful kids
Yes.
to
Yes.
remind you of
Two. Yes. They're the
all of it.
best. Yep.
I know. Um, so all during this and even before, you
Mhm.
built a career,
Yes.
and you are a hairdresser, you are a business
Mhm.
owner. When did you know? So this was way before you had kids. When did
Mhm.
you know that you wanted to get into beauty?
I've It's something I've always wanted to do. I'm a very like hands-on type person. I love being around people. I'm very personable. So, I
Hmm.
always knew I wanted to do hair, but hairdressers get an interesting rep because they're like, oh, they don't make that much money or they don't do this, they don't do that. And so my parents were like, go to college, get a degree, and then go to beauty school for the side. And I was like, eh. So I went to college and I lasted one semester and I was like, I am not doing this. I was like, this is such
Hmm.
a waste of my time. So
Uh-huh.
then I went to cosmetology school. I graduated with perfect attendance and
Heck yeah.
yeah, and I went from there and I loved it. I loved it. I love my job. I love my job so, so much. I get to go and I get to make women feel beautiful every day and be around just an awesome group of girls. It's so, so fun. And I really have the best of both worlds. I worked so hard. People look at me and they're like, "How do you run a business and have kids?" And I'm like, "I worked so hard to build a business so that I could have more time with my kids." You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like I worked
Yep.
so, so, so hard for this. And I really have the best of both worlds. I work 3 days a week and I'm home with my kids all the other time. And it's great. I don't miss anything that they have for school or any
Hmm.
birthdays or events. I don't miss anything, and nor does my husband. We both worked so hard to get where we are in our careers so that our kids always come first. And I don't have to turn to anyone's boss to say, hey, can I have this day off to be with my kid?
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
so grateful for that. I'm so, so grateful for that. So it was hard,
So
but
would
I,
you
I love it.
Yeah. So before you opened your suite, you worked at a salon.
Mhm.
And then was it when you knew that you wanted to have kids where you were like, we're going to pull the trigger on a business because I want to be there for all of their moments?
I always knew I wanted to own one day. I just never knew when that
Mm.
was going to happen because kids were always going to come first.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wanted to have a baby and we were trying for so long. And then when my daughter was 6 months old, I love the salon that I work at. It was a great place, but it just wasn't fitting my needs. I didn't want to work
Hmm.
Saturdays. I didn't want to have to ask to be off to,
Hmm.
be with my kid one night. Like, that's just not something I wanted to do. I wanted to be like, hey, this is when I'm working and this is how it's going to go. Like, I wanted to be
Hmm.
the leader of that. So, an opportunity came up and a suite came up, and I was like, you know what? I just have to pull the trigger and do it. So I did that when my daughter was 6 months old, and it was awesome. I loved it. I got to make my own hours. If I needed to, she could come with me and hang out. And all my
Hmm.
clients love my kids, which is amazing. And
Yeah.
then fast forward to when I got pregnant with my son, I was still in my suite and I was driving down in downtown Hamilton and I saw a little for rent sign in a window and I signed the lease on my storefront when I was 36 weeks pregnant with him. And then a couple weeks later, I had him. And a week after I delivered him, we were at the salon with both kids, turning it into a salon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just my storefront's like career-wise, the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Did you outgrow the suite too, kind of? Like, did you feel like you
Yeah.
were outgrowing it with clients?
Yeah, I have my opinion on sweets. I think they're a
Mhm.
really good I think they're a good stepping stone for hairdressers or lash artists, but they're definitely not sustainable. They're extremely expensive, and
Mhm.
I don't see much growth there. Whereas with the salon, I have stylists that work for me now, and
Yeah.
um, we have so much more foot traffic. We get so many new clients a week. It just makes me so proud to see, like, seeing my stylists grow and getting to help them grow. It's awesome. So, I knew that I was gonna outgrow it. I just wanted a little bit more space, and I wanted to do more things with my business, so I knew a storefront was coming at some point.
Yeah, so then when you finally did open this
Mhm.
store, well, the salon, the big salon,
Mhm.
you hired the 2 stylists, and then so, like,
Yes.
what do you guys offer at your salon?
At the salon, so we do everything hair related, cutting, color. We specialize in blonding and extensions. We do lash extensions, brow lifts, brow tints, all the fun things. I say we're like a little like one-stop shop for everything.
Yeah.
And then I just opened a charm bar inside of it, so you can come and make super cute accessories like necklaces, bracelets, keychains, and that's been like a huge hit with all of our clients. So we're like a little boutique salon, and I love it. It's like my home away from home, and it's just like a happy place. I love it.
Yeah, and I know when you go there, you can bring your kids there, and they
Yes,
love it in
yeah,
there.
yeah. My
Um,
daughter loves
what
coming to the salon, so it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. What other side hustles did you do when you were, building the salon, besides
So
from the charm
when
bar?
my daughter was a couple months old, I started making the little like customized sunglasses for kids. I had like a big Facebook group, and oh my gosh, I was doing so much with it. I was shipping so many orders out. I was so busy with it. I was called Lathy and Co. And yeah, I just made, like, little kids accessories, and it was so fun having a girl and getting to dress her up and do all the fun
Mhm.
things with it, and it went solid for a really long time, but when I got pregnant with my son, I had to step back from it because my pregnancies are just really hard, and I was so sick.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that took a back burner, but, that's okay, Again, my kids will
Yeah.
always come first, so
Yeah, and then you had charm bar. Now you have
yes,
charm bar, so
now
that's
I
like
have
a
the charm
little,
bar. Yeah,
yeah.
I the charm bar is great because it's something I can do while I'm at the salon when I'm
Mm.
there, and I can do
Mhm.
events with it. So, it's just been something fun. I'm very creative. I love doing arts and crafts things, so it's something fun for me, to bring in and just to make, my salon's experience even better than it already was. So I love it.
Yeah, that's a really nice little addition
Yeah,
to and, like, I feel like for people that might have to come to get their hair done with kids, they can have their kids
yeah,
go and make a little bracelet or
yeah.
anything while
It's
their
been
mom's
great.
getting their hair done. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you do eyebrows there too, you said?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
We
and
do
then you do
brows.
lash extensions?
Yep, we do all the things. So that's why I say, like, I'm a one-stop shop. You can come get your hair done, brows done, lashes, have a complimentary soda at our soda bar, shop the charm bar. It's just like I wanted to make it a whole experience and like something like
Yeah.
no one else has ever offered before. And that's
Yeah,
exactly what we
that's
do. And
really
it's great.
yeah, that's really special.
Yeah. So
So, our little holding the harvest moment, because this is what we're all about here. What season would you say you're in right now? Would you say you're planting, pruning, or harvesting, or all of them? You can elaborate as much as you want on this, because this question, I feel like this is the first time I'm asking this,
yeah.
and I'm interested to hear what I'm interested to hear where you're at with all of them.
You wanna know what? I don't know, that's a hard one. Let's put it this way, I'm so content with my life right now. Like, my
Hmm.
business is thriving, my children are thriving, my marriage is amazing. We moved into our forever home last year. Like, everything just feels so grounded.
Hmm.
Um, I would love another baby. So,
Yeah.
hopefully, sometime this year, get pregnant. So I think a little bit of each. And like it depends on what aspect of life you ask me. Like, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like with kids, or like with kids, like I want to grow our family. With my career feels great. My home feels great. My husband is great. So it's a little bit of
Yeah.
everything everywhere. So it's hard.
Yeah. I know. I feel like when I ask myself that, I'm like, yeah, I'm planting because I'm trying to, grow what I'm
Yeah.
doing on this.
Yeah.
And
I love
then
it.
I'm harvesting in a different way because my kids are, like you said, thriving, and I'm
Yes.
just it's so awesome to see all of the things that they accomplish and everything that they say and do.
Hmm.
Um, so I feel like I'm kind of in each
Yeah.
part of my different
Yeah.
parts of my life are in different parts, like different
Yeah.
seasons,
Like
different
seasons. Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. What would you say thyroid what have thyroid struggles taught you about patience?
Oh my gosh. You never know what someone's going through. And I know that's like so cliche, but
Mhm.
when you meet me, I'm a very like outgoing person. I'm happy and bubbly and all the things. And my husband sees a completely different side of me, and I will forever be so grateful for him because he literally holds our whole family together.
Mhm.
Um, but I have so much more patience for people. Like not in a bad way, but just like you just
Mhm.
never know what's going on at home. You never know the struggle someone's going through.
Yeah.
Through it all, I'm super optimistic. And like I said, I'm a very like half glass full type person. Like I'm not gonna let this define me. Some days it takes over my life and I'm on the couch
Mhm.
and I'm just having a bad day. But on the days when I'm good, I'm great, you know?
Yeah.
I've been dealing with it for 13 years now, so it's been a big chunk of my life, almost half my life that I've been
Mhm.
dealing with it. So you just learn from it, but it's taught me so many things and I've just grown from it, you know? It's all you can really
Yeah.
do is just take it and run with it. It's not going
And then
away. So,
circling back to your husband, obviously you can be very vulnerable with him and
mhm.
he understands all of it inside and
Yeah.
out, and it's just so important to have a village
Yeah.
to get through all
Yeah.
of the
I
hard the
I
hard.
am so blessed to have my husband. Like I always hear people like, "Oh, my husband's so great. My husband's so great." And I love like hearing that so much because I don't know, like when people come to me and they're like, "Oh, my husband," I'm like, I can't relate to that. Like, and I don't mean that rudely. Like, I just can't relate. Like,
Mhm.
Nick is
Yeah.
literally my backbone. He does everything. He does everything. And even like my grandma, who's 90, almost 93, she's like, "You really got a good one, Marissa." And I'm like, I know. Like, I am so
Yeah.
grateful for him. I talk so highly of him. You'll never hear me talk bad about him because I have nothing bad to say. He's the best. He's the best. I couldn't do it
Yeah.
without him. I really couldn't.
No. Yeah, and it's so important, and it's
Mhm.
so good for your kids to see such a
Oh my
good
gosh, yes.
person, a good father in their
Yeah.
life. Um, would you wanna add anything about how advocating for your health is so important?
Yeah. Don't nurses and doctors are there. They're here to service you, right? It's you need to just be stern and be educated because there's so many things in my life that I think would have gone the wrong way or not handled correctly if I wasn't such an advocate.
Mhm.
Especially with my thyroid, it took me a while to get diagnosed, and feeling crappy is not normal. Gaining a ton of weight in a short amount of time is not normal. Um,
Mhm.
uh, Infertility is also not normal. You know what I mean? It's so much more common nowadays, which is super unfortunate. But
Yeah.
there's always a root cause to something. And don't give up and don't stop fighting because if I didn't, I may not have kids. Um,
Mhm.
and I think my health problems really would have taken over my life. And you can't let that stuff affect
No.
your whole life and take everything over. So just don't be afraid to be stern with doctors and nurses, and I love their job. I commend them. It's got to be one of the hardest jobs in the world. I respect their job so much, but You know, when you're on the other side of things, you get a little bit of a different perspective. So just educate yourself and take it from there.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like second opinions are also something that we
Yeah,
should do,
for
especially
sure.
as women, to like look into other doctors anywhere
Mhm.
else around the region.
Yep.
And I feel like that way with even with pediatricians,
Oh,
like
for sure. Yeah, for
specialists for
sure.
your kids too. I noticed like not having all of your eggs in one basket with
Hmm.
a doctor.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So let's get into some fun rapid fire
Yes.
questions.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
So first one is a blowout or a messy mom bun.
Oh my gosh, if you know me, messy mom bun all the way.
I was gonna
I
say
try.
I
Listen,
knew that
I
one
always tell
before.
people, I'm like, if you come in my salon and my hair's up in a bun, please don't judge me based off of how your hair is going to turn out. Your hair is going to turn out great. My hair looks like this because I do hair all day and that's it. So always messy mom bun all the time. All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know how to give myself a blowout. So
It's okay. Same.
mine consists of me just putting my head upside down, blow
Mhm.
drying my hair like that, and then lifting it up, and then I just put it back in a clip.
Yep.
And then when I want to go out, I let it go and I just spray it and I just hope for the best. So I don't even
Perfect.
know how to
Yeah.
do a blowout.
It's
Half
okay.
the time,
I can give someone a great blowout, but me, forget about it. I can't even curl my
really.
own hair. Forget about it. Yeah.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Um, what would you say is the most underrated beauty product?
Oh. Hmm. Okay, my favorite actually is the Day Styling Cream. Love it.
Okay.
It's like a gel cream. You can actually get it at Sephora. I use it for all my slick backs, but it's so good. Like you can use it on your kids for like their hair, like ponytails or pigtails. It's really good to put in your hair like when you want some grit to it to like add some volume. I love it. I think that's a really underrated product. I think that's really good.
Cool.
Love
Yeah, I've
that.
never heard of that. So
So good.
I struggle with keeping my hair like my hair just flattens so much. I don't have any
Yeah.
volume to my hair. So I always try to find like a root spray to like
Oh
keep
yeah.
it up.
Yeah,
So
fruit sprays are good. I feel like they don't always last in my hair because my hair is super flat too. So I totally get
yeah.
that. It's hard finding like a product that works for because it's not a one size fits all for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that too. All right, so this one I kind of know the answer to this already, but would you rather do hair all day or parent your crazy kids all day?
Oh my God, always my kids. My kids will
Your
always
kids, I
come
know.
first. I
Yeah.
love my job. You know, my career is great, but my life is my kids. I always say, like, you know, being a like, and this is probably an unpopular opinion, like being a mom isn't a job to me. It's my life. I am a
Yeah.
mom before I am anything else. But
Yeah.
yeah, always my kids. My kids will always come first. And my clients will say, like, sometimes my clients get a real treat and I'm doing hair while my crazy kids are in the salon. And
Yeah.
it's free entertainment. So always being a
Right.
mom comes first. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. Now, so you had a girl first, like me, and then we both had boys second. What would you
Mhm.
say is the biggest difference you uh going from a girl to a boy?
Boys are a different breed. They are
Agreed.
crazy, but like in the best way. Like
Yeah.
my daughter is such a little mom. Like
Mhm.
she's so smart. She's intelligent. She's such a smart little girl and she is just so good. She's so compassionate. Um and I love that about her. I just look at her and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like you're just," and like your daughter's the same way. Like they're just like perfect little human beings. And then
Mhm.
you have a son and they're just as perfect, but they come in and they're like the Thornberries. Like he's crazy. He's crazy.
Uh-huh.
But he brings like my daughter brings so much calm to the chaos and he brings the chaos. They balance each other out.
Yeah.
But I personally like love I know like when you look at not stereotypes, but like the typical, it's like, oh, boy first, then a girl. I loved having a girl first. I think it
Mhm.
has taught my son to have such a sweet side. And
Yeah.
he has such good manners. You know, he's not even two yet. And he says, thank you. And I love you. And he's just so compassionate. And he 100% gets that from my daughter. Um,
Yeah.
and in return, my daughter is crazy because of him. But
Yeah.
I love she's like a little mom to him, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. So I love their dynamic. honestly like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, I feel like going from a girl to a boy also, I always thought, oh, boy, girl is so cute, like having an
Yeah.
older brother first. But I don't think people realize that when you have a girl first, they're going to help you do
Yes.
everything.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
I
Yeah.
was able to actually like get a shower
Yes.
with because I
Hmm.
have another like my baby who's only 8
Yeah.
months. Like I can depend on my daughter to be like, can you watch him while I get a
Yes.
shower?
Yeah.
And like
That's
trust
exactly how
that
my
she'll
daughter
like
is.
hold the harvest
Oh,
in my
yes. No,
home, you
literally.
know?
Every single
Yeah.
night, my son, he still has a bottle of milk before he goes to bed, and my
Mhm.
husband will give him the bottle of milk, and my daughter walks him over to the couch, lays him down, puts a blanket on him like he's a little
Aw.
newborn, and, like, I love that.
Mhm.
I just love seeing their dynamic and their relationship. It's the best thing in the entire world, just watching them grow up, like, before my eyes. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, big sisters are they're something else.
Yeah.
We're both big sisters too. I
Yes,
got it,
exactly,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
biased
we're
to that
both
one.
yeah. No, I agree though, I agree, like, I'm the oldest too, so it's just so different, and I love like, I couldn't imagine my family dynamic any other way. If my
No.
like, my daughter being the first kid, I wouldn't trade it for anything, like, I love it, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree too, especially too, like I said, my baby, he watches both of them so much and she's so involved with him. And
mhm.
it's just the cutest thing because I feel like if it was just my son, like my son doesn't even pay any attention to him. He's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah, he's here. And my daughter's like, what are you doing?
Yes, yes,
What are you
yes.
doing?
Anytime I hang out with my friends that have little babies, I I'm like personal space, like, give them a
Yeah, right.
bubble because literally, like, she will b like
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah.
hold on to them and, like, not wanna let go, like a baby doll. She loves baby dolls. So, I'm like,
Yeah.
you gotta let them breathe. They're very fragile, but she's such a little mom, and I love it."
Yeah, so that'll make even better if you guys do have a third, her having,
Yes.
like, even an actual newborn baby, and she's gonna be big enough
Yeah.
to actually, like,
Oh, yeah,
hold it
she's
at
been
that time.
asking me nonstop for she wants a baby sister very bad. I'm like,
Baby sister.
okay." Like, "We'll
Alright, we'll
see."
see.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see. But
Alright, my last question is what is your current coffee order?
I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink
I
coffee?
no, I know everyone always thinks I'm crazy when I say that. They're like, "How do you function?" I don't like coffee and I don't like energy drinks. My drink is a Diet Coke. That's
Diet
my
Coke.
drink.
I
I'm
like
a
Diet
Diet Coke
Cokes.
girly through and
Yeah.
through, and it has some caffeine in it, so it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've said on here before, I'm not a huge coffee person. Like I
yeah,
said, if I go to a new place, I'll try
yeah,
try a new drink, but I'm not one to be like, oh, this is my actual order for every
yeah.
place I go to.
My
But I
husband
figure that's
loves
a neat.
coffee, and I really tried liking it. I just, like, can't get past the taste. I don't know what it I wish I liked coffee, like, genuinely.
Yeah.
Wish I liked it, but
Yeah.
I'll forever be a Diet Coke girly, so
Yeah. Diet Cokes are good. They're
so
yummy.
good. My fave.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. I'm so glad that you
Yes.
joined me here today. I feel like you really are putting an impression on a lot of women who may be silently struggling in any kind of environment, whether it's joining or building a career
Mhm,
or having a family or not knowing if they have a thyroid problem or any kind of
mhm.
health issue. So I'm really glad that you definitely made an impact here today.
Thank you for
And
having me. It was so
I'm so glad
fun.
that you were here with us. For anyone that is listening, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Holding the Harvest Podcast. You will hear me next Thursday. Thank you so much, Marissa, for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
All right. I will see you guys all next week. See ya.